Greetings everyone, CCX here. I'm doing a bit of a different video this time. I actually like to call it a questionnaire video, no less. It's been a while, and since my time on YouTube is, well, it's actually coming to, I think, probably like a 2-year or 3-year, I don't really remember when I even started. All I know is I started in 2008, but I'm actually going to be answering 4 major questions from good peoples of mine, and I hope that I can be able to go ahead and answer to the best of my ability. Alright, so the first question is by Vivanil, or she goes by the name as Gina. She has her own YouTube channel and all that other wonderful stuff. Her question is, what is your favorite anime and why? Now, this was a little bit tough for me to go through because I didn't want to go ahead and pick a generic anime, but that's kind of difficult to do since most of the time my generic anime is, well, going to be actually Naruto. Now, wait, before you go ahead and click off the video, I'm not talking about the entire series altogether. I'm more so talking about the first series. Now, the reason why I say I prefer more so Naruto over Shippuden is more because of the fact that the original seems to have a concise plot going for it, and it only has, to me, only has one filler, and I don't really count after 134 to be, you know, part of this main storyline, because those are basically their own type of filler on their own. But the problem I have with Shippuden is that it has nothing but filler, and even during the war it was just in filler hell, and I just couldn't really stand that. But that's not the real main gimmick I'm going for. The real main reason as to why I kind of liked the Naruto is more because of the fact that I had a bigger, more connection with both my mom and my brother. Because when my mom, me and her used to like watch Naruto off of the Wii when, you know, it had the internet browser. And I friggin' loved it. I had like a fun time. I had an enjoyment, because the thing is, we were watching like the Japanese version and stuff, and it ends up like making me see that me and my mom can both watch something together, and I felt, well, a bit closer with her when I played it. I mean, not when I played it, when I watched it, and that's something that I can never go and forget. I know that there are a bunch of other animes out there, and I was going to pick JoJo because now I end up watching that now, thanks to my friends getting me into it. And I have to say that the plot is concise, the animation is wonderful, and so is the fighting scenes and the humor. And that's something that I kind of wish that Shippuden kept, but to me it didn't really kept my interest all that much, since I end up skipping practically almost half the series altogether. And it's really sad because I kind of wish that, you know, it end up doing better than, you know, most people give it credit for. Alright, that's number 1. The next question is by George GW. What is your favorite Mario RPG game? Now, this was a little bit tough because I haven't really played a lot of Mario RPGs, and it's kind of hard to really truly pick one. But the closest that I can really go ahead and say was the original Paper Mario. Now, I know you guys are probably shocked. It's like, it's not a 1,000-Year Door? No. See, the thing is that when I saw Paper Mario on the Virtual Console, it was actually something that I wanted to play. But the problem is that I never really owned Paper Mario off the N64. So I never really had the ability to, you know, play the original right off the bat. And it really sucks too, because I kind of really wanted to. So when I played off the Virtual Console, I enjoyed it. I played it all the way through, got to the end, couldn't really beat it, because I thought that the game was really too difficult, even though it is a beginner's game. But it was actually a pretty good game and entertaining story that I literally went out of my way to replay it again. And then I managed to beat it. I was really happy for it. I know it's a really big shame too that not a lot of people actually mentions the original Paper Mario, considering it also ends up having its charm and stuff and whatnot. And overall, any Mario RPG, if I ever picked, is that I didn't really understand much of some Legend of the Seven Stars. I could have gotten into Superstar, but I didn't really bother to play any of the other Superstar Saga type series games, so that's really my own fault. Mario RPGs are kind of one and done for me half the time, so me trying to answer this question is probably not, a full answer, but I just really hope that just Paper Mario is probably going to be one of the ones that I can really relate to and enjoy, even though I never played it off the N64. Now, that was the second question. Now for question number 3. This comes from Genetera. Were you doing other videos before you decided to do Let's Plays? Now, the thing is that, yes, I actually was doing other things. During my time in high school, I kind of end up trying to sing. Well, not trying to. I can actually sing, but you can barely even hear it in my voice. Thinking, your voice? You really sound like a singer? Please, pathetic. But no, back when I was in my school, in high school, or middle school, or in any school for that matter, I used to have like the capabilities of singing and also acting. Like, I was sometimes in plays. People usually end up enjoying hearing me talk in very stupid voices half the time. Sure, I end up giving the whole generic voice here and there, but overall, I have to say that when I started doing the whole speaking more and being a little bit more social and not quiet, I kind of enjoy myself more. Sure, people got annoyed by my voice half the time, but they end up really always coming back to sometimes hear the smile and facepalm of my stupidity, and that's something I end up loving to bring. And I don't really mind that, to be honest. There was something else that I used to do back when I was little, like very, very young, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done this. I use like recording gameplay off of VHS tapes. You guys remember that? If you had like the capabilities of connecting your video game console on the VHS, you can actually be able to record the gameplay, and it was actually pretty interesting. I didn't know that was like a term for Let's Plays at first, because I didn't know what it was. All I knew is that I found it interesting, and I was like, wow, that's actually really pretty cool. Like, I really wish that I can be able to replicate that again. But now we have these capabilities of replicating it again, and it's in the form of capture cards now. And I'm really glad that I got into the whole LPing, well, not really the whole LPing, I just more so say talking to the internet in terms of anything, because that's something that I was really hesitant on. I was hesitant on being able to speak or say anything, because to me, when I'm like doing a project, I end up having a very detailed speaking voice, but when I'm playing like my games, I can't really play and explain every single aspect of the game as a whole. Maybe it's because of the fact that the difference between a video game and a project is, school, you kind of have to be able to go ahead and give a concise project, while video games, you can get some details wrong, and people can call you out on it and all that other stuff, and that's really understandable, and I respect that. But overall, there's not really much I can really say about it. I hope that answered your question, because I kind of ramble on half the time. Alright, now the next question is from Shadow Kirby 707. Now, this one might be a bit of a long one and a bit of a history stretch. What made you get into the Let's Play community? Well, let's go back to basically 2011. After I finished high school, I graduated, and then it was basically time for me to head to college. I was a bit hesitant on that. It was a bit hard for me to enjoy the summer because I knew that I had to go to college one day. And so what started out was me just sitting around watching one particular video. I think it was a Mega Man video or a Sonic video. And it was mostly by Clement. You guys know him by the Great Clement, who ends up doing Mega Man, Sonic, whatever videos he wants to do. Great commentary. And after that, I started to move on to Brain Scratch. Then after Brain Scratch, it was SGB. But actually, no. First it was Some Call Me Johnny. Then it was SGB. And then after a while, I end up looking at the videos constantly. And I just couldn't stop laughing. And it just made like the stress weigh down on my shoulder. So then I told myself that I can do this. I can definitely try to do this. So I decided to get Cam Studios, hook it up on the computer, and that's kind of where it just went from there. It's weird and funny because I couldn't really think of a YouTube name, but I didn't know that my Xbox Live Code Chrono X was going to be a very good YouTube name in general. Because most likely you get like a lot of people with very good, decent names and a little bit of a history on their names. Like, the only reason why I picked Code Chrono X is because Nick Mega wasn't available. Yeah, that's a very generic name in itself. But the name Code Chrono X mostly, you know, comes from Code Lyoko, a French anime, I like to call it, Chrono Trigger, or you can make it Chrono Cross, and Mega Man X. So combining those is like, it basically ends up showing a detail of Code Lyoko being the whole being in a virtual world and also returning to the past when you want to show past games. Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, crossing dimensions, and, you know, the time traveling gimmick is basically the material that I sometimes end up doing by, you know, sometimes playing old games or, you know, crossing that and playing newer ones sometimes. And the Mega Man X is basically, it takes place in the future, well, after the Mega Man series. And I find myself being almost like X, except I don't end up saying, why does humans fight all the damn time? Because that's not something I want to keep on saying. And I find myself being like the low tier. Because X is technically not the main character of the X series, it's Zero. So I feel like I'm Zero's shadow towards everybody else that I see. So I'm like in the back. But people will still probably recognize me just by my name or by my username. And, you know, that's kind of how I feel when I'm doing this. When I started the Let's Play community at first, I thought it was going to be tough. And it is, because it's really, really hard to get noticed. It's kind of like a job. And you want to be noticed by an interviewer. But the thing is that the interviewer is sometimes looking for something big on your resume and stuff. And it's hard out there, just like how it is now. We all want to end up being popular and all that other stuff. But most of the time, what most of us true YouTubers are trying to be, we're trying to basically have people that we can say hello to, help them out, talk to them, and give them the entertainment that not a lot of actors and actresses can really sometimes do. Because, you know, when we become popular, we do end up having like the capabilities of having an egotistical mindset, and we kind of blow off everybody. And I know that there are kind of like people that go a little bit overboard in being over needy, and that's kind of something that a lot of people kind of don't understand. Like me myself, I used to be that needy type of person, and then I realized that that's not really good. It's the reason why I don't have a girlfriend now, because of my stupid needy demeanor, and I stopped that now. And, you know, it's coming along good. It's fine. You guys don't need to know about the future me. But I end up feeling that when we end up becoming big, you have to remember who got you to that point. It's your fans. It's not yourself. And that's kind of something as to why I wanted to get into the Let's Play community, because I wanted to be able to meet people. I can be able to meet people in the city that I live in, That's true. Because hell, I play. But, okay, here's the thing. We're in a world where the internet is basically the basis of our home right now. And I can say, me starting YouTube as a whole and getting into Final Fantasy XIV, I have met wonderful people that not only supports me for what I do, but also gives me the confidence and the capability of being important to them. And that's something that I like. I'm basically trying to find the usefulness of myself. What can I do to help out the ones that have helped me? And it's something that I've always been questioning myself anytime I end up doing any of this stuff. Like when I'm doing like any sort of video, I'm kind of trying to think, what can I do that's a bit unique that others haven't done yet? And I know that it's hard to find that uniqueness and all that other stuff, but all these questions, they're all great because I actually like talking about myself when it comes to these things. And I have to say, I have been doing this so far for like a good 5 or so years now, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun, it's entertaining, and it makes you play the game completely different, and it shows that, you know, you love the game. Let's Plays is fun. Sure, a lot of people end up having difficult times in staying in form, and, you know, sometimes you end up finding yourself in doing a different role. That's gonna happen. Sometimes, you know, you can't just assume that your role in the world is gonna come to you just like that. You have to just strive for it. And me being a part of a Let's Play community and me being able to build a community is just something that I really hold hard to myself. Because I can say now that I have actual friends off the internet. And that's something that I never thought that I could say, because I never thought that I could actually meet people who have the same exact mindset as me, have the same exact attitude, and also have the same exact, almost the same exact thinking points, and, you know, conversations that we end up having is just wonderful. And would I ever, and it's probably like one question I could be able to ask myself, would I ever stop, or would I ever give up the Let's Play community? Not really. Because you want to know something? Doing this is a lot more entertaining than you think. Because when you end up becoming a video game designer, graphic designer, whatever, you basically will always end up having the capabilities of doing these type of videos. Because Let's Plays is not the only thing you can do. It's also one of the things that people love to do by showcasing their talents in general. That's what it is. It's what it is. And I'm glad that I got these questions. I hope that I end up getting like a bit more questions coming in, because I like to answer them. I like to thank the people who gave me these questions to be able to answer. I'm not gonna lie, they were a bit hard to actually answer, even though I know that last one was a bit over the top. But then again, to be honest, the first two, well, I should say the Mario RPG question was a bit harder to answer. The favorite anime was a little bit easier to answer for myself, and a bit shorter, but only because of the fact that it wasn't really hard to be able to pick, and it was no reason to stick to that. And I liked all the questions. All the questions were really, really wonderful, and I'm hoping that I can be able to end up getting more when next year come around, because I ain't doing another one no time soon. Just tell you that now. If you guys are wondering why am I not live streaming as of yet, it's more because of the fact that I might end up having work. So I'm going to see where that takes me. And if that takes me into some place, well, hell, to be honest, you can go ahead and see me on live streams through my friends who end up live streaming, so you might see me there. I don't need to live stream every single day. I end up joining my friends when they live stream, and that's good enough. So if you want to find me, follow my friends, and hell, you can find them on my YouTube channel or whatever. And you can be able to just follow them there. Hell, I end up posting on Twitter half the time. Anyways, guys, if you like these type of videos where I end up answering questions, just send questions my way, and I'll try to be able to make up a video to be able to actually answer it. If you like this video, I'm actually going to say the generic quote that everyone says. Leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe for more of my videos. I've been CCX, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. CCX, over and out. See yas.